So, look, I am a human being who has been a people pleaser and an empath. I have been a person who has twisted myself in knots to make other people happy, to make myself safe. It was never only to make them happy. It was mainly to keep myself safe. I learned this as a child. I did this as a child when I had no power but to manipulate myself and others. Period. There is nothing broken or wrong or not okay about that. That is part of being a human. I am now 56 years old. And when I continue in the pattern of squeezing myself into boxes, into twisting myself into shapes so I can keep other people's good opinion of me, I am handing them all of my power, and I am begging them for the scraps of their attention. I am begging them for the scraps of their thinking that I am okay. So, this is no longer how I function in the world purposefully. There are times I notice I want to drift back into it because for 50-something years, it was my pattern. So, every morning I wake up, and the first things that I do is I orient myself to my day. When I was a nurse assistant, when you work with people in the hospital, especially elderly, even comatose, you walk in, hello, my friend so-and-so, it's me, Brandy. Today is today, it's rainy outside, here's what's going on. That is orienting, okay? In somatics, we say, oh, I'm starting to freak out. And so what I notice is my feet on the ground, my butt cheeks in this chair. I can feel my bras kind of twisted in the back. This is orienting. It takes you from wherever you were and it puts you back right here, right now in your body. Also, part of orienting is reminding yourself where you mean to go. My morning orientation is like putting a GPS destination in the phone. So that is for the future. This is for my life. This is what I am doing for my life. And there are 4 basic ones that I use that I got from Chris Duncan. The first one is that I am the predominant creative force in my life. Now here's what, I live with other predominant creative forces. They might not know that they are creative forces, but they are. And what I get to do is I get to decide how I move through today. No matter what anyone else has chosen, they are going to move through the day. Case in point, and I'm just going to talk about the predominant creative force right now. My beloved is in the middle of projects, and projects make him, with that little cloud. Who is that? There was a kiddo who always had a rain cloud over him, and projects make him like that, okay? Or that's my impression of how projects make him. So, the person I have been for all of these years wants to swoop in and wants to cajole him into feeling better so I can feel better. Sure, it's for him, but mostly it's for me. And when I couldn't do that, what I wanted to do was get the fuck out of the house. Because I couldn't tolerate my discomfort with him being uncomfortable, with my perception of him not being okay. All right? So, how does orienting at the beginning of my day shift how I am when such a thing happens. So remember, orienting is like putting the GPS in my GPSer, okay? Now, what I know is I choose the end result of being the predominant creative force in my life. And I feel what that feels like. It feels like even when I am uncomfortable, that someone else is uncomfortable, that I get to choose how I am and who I am. And I don't need to shift who I am, shapeshift, to be pleasing to them so I can talk them out of their mood. All right. So, today, when fella was in a mood, when I perceived he was in a mood, I reminded myself, I am the predominant creative force in my life. I get to like my life today. I get to like being me in my life, in my home today, even when I perceive that someone I love desperately is not liking to be them in their life, in their home today. I could feel the tug in my gut to want to talk him into having at least a better countenance, right? For my sake. And when I allow other people to be the boss of their experience, then I don't leak all of my attention and my energy out, and I'm not exhausted before I begin my day. So, orienting, knowing who it is and who it is you want to be, how it is you want to move through this world, knowing that no matter how great a day is, somewhere someone has heartache. There is a war somewhere every motherfucking day. And it doesn't mean you don't have compassion for other people. But what it does mean is you take the next step in front of you so that you can be empowered to do what you can do and not be someone who's leaking out all of their energy because you're worried about everyone else and not even taking care of yourself. All right. I love you very much. I hope your day is super dupes. And hope is not a strategy, so however it is your day is, here's what I want for you. In your heart, you know that you are known. You are known and you are loved and you are here for a reason. And none of your anger or your angst or your anxiety is a joke or for nothing. To live a life that's a real big, huge life means that you get to eat from everything on the buffet. Love, pain, joy, sorrow, frustration, anger. You're supposed to have all of it. And learning how to be with you in the middle of it. This is big. When you decide that you are done with just being the victim of having life toss you around, there are people who can help you. And I know that there are people who are like, nobody needs coaching. And that might be true. Nobody needs coaching. But I got a lot of shit in my life that I never needed that changed my life forever. Forever. I love you. And here's me loving you.